Somebody who actually has to go for a nice walk is Joy Reid. And we already revealed yesterday that she had been fired. That it's not a pay cut. It's not a, she was essentially fired. It was like Don Lemon. And now she released a sobbing video about her status, but actually crying with actual tears. And I told you yesterday on X that I was going to mock the hell out of her, and well, I'm a man of my word, and that's exactly what I'm about to do. So yeah, thanks to Eric Abenanted for sharing the clip. Joy Reid cries and feels guilty that her low ratings cost her staff their jobs, leading to the cancellation of her MSNBC show Read Out. Guilt that I let my team lose their jobs. My show had value. What kind of value? What kind of value are we talking about? The moment of guilt that I felt that I went hard on so many issues. Oh, right. Yeah, you went hard on calling us Nazis and, very fine people and all that stuff. Let me see. Everything is ready so we can listen to this. Everything is nice and sweet and we can move on to listen to Watch the Tears. Again, I told you, no, being serious, I would never make fun of people losing their jobs, of anybody losing their jobs. But in the case of Joy Reid, I'm happy to make an exception. So here we go.
Guilt, that I let my team lose their jobs.
By the way, it's something. This is something that we could say. Like saving the distances is very different. Like Brett Cooper going away or leaving the Daily Wire. If you don't know who Brett Cooper is, well, I made a video about her. She left the Daily Wire after 3 years. And was she fired? She left? Doesn't matter because she took her audience with her and she is already absolutely fantastic and amazing in her new channel. Again, there are things that I agree with Brett Cooper, some things that I disagree with her. But the example is that she took her audience with her. So she's going to be okay. Why? Because if you cultivate an actual audience, if you cultivate an audience like my bottle language bodies, like my common sense crusaders, they are going to go with you wherever you go. That is the beauty of this. This is the beauty. So I'm pretty sure that Joy Reid, if she cultivated an actual audience, this is going to be all right. So nothing to worry about her. Nothing, oh, you lost your job. I'm pretty sure that Don Lemon has a successful YouTube channel, right? Right? I haven't checked that. I should check that. Let's continue. Because that's reality. You're going to take your audience wherever you go. And I know that whatever happens, you will go. You will go wherever I go.
But in the end, where I really land and where I've landed on today is just gratitude. Just pure gratitude. And gratitude, not just because people would take the time to get on a call like this, or to take care of me, but also that my show had value and that, that what I was doing had value. And in the end, I try not to cry on TV. And this is kind of like me on TV, so I apologize. And then it mattered. I see Karen is there, and she's been texting me as well. And so what I will just say is that in the end, thank you.
I thought that was totally
where I land is that the moment of guilt that I felt that I went hard on so many issues, whether it was the Black Lives Matter issues of a young baby or a mom or a dad that was killed, or when we opened up people's eyes to the fact that Asian Americans were being targeted and not just Black
who is
folks or went hard for immigrants.
Who was targeting Asian Americans? I want to ask. Who was targeting Asian Americans, Joy? You never answered that question. Did
who've
you?
done nothing but come to this country like my parents did and try to make a life and defended them. Or whether we've talked about what the president is doing that is subversive to the Constitution.
You mean Biden or Trump? I don't understand. Subversive to the Constitution. How they like to use those big words. I should imitate them in that regard.
That is injurious to our liberty, defending books that people find inconvenient, that Nicole Hannah-Jones put into our spirit, that we need to understand 1619 as the real founding of this country, whether it's talking about any of these issues, and yes, whether it's talking about Gaza and the fact that we as the American people have a right to object to little babies being bombed. And where I come down on that is I'm not sorry.
No, I'm pretty sure that you will be okay, Joy, because well, on YouTube you can do pretty much what I'm sure you have the profile that you in YouTube. You will be able to say whatever you want. I still have, even if I like whitey, I still have the Latino wild card. So yes, I'm in a minority, and whatever happens, I just have to talk more like Sofia Vergara. But you, Joy, you have like 7 layers of security of that nothing is gonna happen to you on YouTube. You're gonna do right. The other thing that could happen to you is that, well, people not care about your videos, but just go for it. Just go for it, really. And speaking of Don Lemon, former CNN host Don Lemon tells Megyn Kelly to go F herself. How rude. How rude, because he was mean to Joy Reid and reminds his viewers that Reid is a woman. Lemon tried claiming that Kelly was a misogynist because she trolled Reid, who sadly lost her low-rated show. So, again, it's this like if you have an audience, it's like Tucker Carlson, it's like Brett Cooper. Wherever you go, your audience will follow you. That is the magic of this. That's how this works.
So let me just say to Megyn Kelly, in my 30-some years as a journalist and my 50-some years as a person of color,
because that is important. His opinion is half his professional opinion, and the other half something that he was born with and he had no control whatsoever over. 50 years as a person of color. That was 50% of his argument.
Go
right?
fuck yourself. Okay?
Oh, you're so you have to don't no man, no. I'm not gonna repeat that. But you need to work that kind of words. That kind of words are important because that kind of words are strong. I don't say that kind of words all the time in my show. I try to keep it family friendly, but when I say them, you need to work them from here, from your solar plexus, and project them in a way that even people who are thousands of miles away from you can, feel the punch, the go after yourself. You're still, I can understand. You couldn't say those words while you were in CNN. This is something new to you. I can understand. You have to practice. Put in the hours. I'm pretty sure that you can nail it. I have faith in you, man. I have faith in you.
I usually don't like to talk about her because she's one of those people. She thrives on it. She has built the second part of her career on being a troll. So this is what Megyn Kelly said about Joy Reid, right? And remember, Joy Reid is a woman. Megyn Kelly's a woman. She's supposed to be all about women and, supports women.
So, like, if they are both women, if you're a woman and another woman misbehaves, automatically you have to support your fellow women. That is the most retarded take that this guy or anybody can do. Oh, you're a woman, you're supposed to support yourself. No, this people, that's why nobody cares about that.
Okay, so this is what she said. Remember when Joy Reid laughingly mocked white women tears as pathetic and offensive to her? Who's crying now, Joy? Good riddance to the absolute worst person on television, and shame on NBC for letting it go on this long. And she has she is an axe to grind when it comes to MSNBC, and also, this whole, she's racist, right?
She's of course. This has to do about color. There's no other argument. Oh, she's so racist. She's racist. That's all that she can do. She's just racist. It's all that this is about. She's just racist, and that's so. No, man. You could think that people who work in the media or work as journalists have some kind of ability to research, to organize their thoughts, their ideas, to project. We're reading a teleprompter written by somebody else because that's what it looks like. That's what it looks like. I mean, I've been at this for way less time than you, Don, and I think I have developed some skills in this regard. You seem like a bit too basic, I would say. Again, I have not addressed, not one time, your skin color or what is your sexual preference. I'm pretty sure that you're going to attack me at some point by any of those two characteristics, but whatever. Let's continue with this.
I'm going to give you the evidence.
What is the evidence?
Supposedly learned from it and then spent every day after apologizing for it and being fired for it, then spent every day proving the point that she is a racist.
What?
And not very supportive of women. If you look, all you have to do, the evidence is in her Google search and what she says about women, how she calls them out all the time.
And there's a long pause that I don't know why he paused this much. Still pause. And then
the worst person. No, Megyn Kelly. The worst person on television was fired from NBC in the Today Show a few years ago, and that's Megyn Kelly.
Okay, that was a weak comeback. That was weak. I'm gonna give you a 3 out of 10 because I'm feeling gracious today. I think gracious is the word. I don't know, but I'm gonna give you a 3 out of 10. You deserve 2 out of 10. I'm gonna give you one more. Just because I have no idea. Just because your last name sounds funny. Just because of that.
That's the worst person who's not on television anymore. Is you.
You are not on television anymore either, Don. What are you talking about? What kind of nonsense are you talking about? That's why you remain silent, because you know that your attack, you're no longer in TV. Oh, you're insulting Megyn Kelly because she's no longer in TV, and you're no longer on TV either? All right.
That's the worst person who's not on television. So hurrah for that.
Oh, the
NBC
worst person.
did something good with that. You know why? I like to give proof of things, evidence. Like when I said Donald Trump, the president of the United States, was racist, it wasn't my opinion. This isn't my opinion about Megyn Kelly. The evidence is there. I'm going to show you the evidence of Megyn Kelly, and that's just as I showed you the evidence of.
All right, I want to see. I will check where's the evidence of that. I would like to see that. I mean, therefore, I am. Joy Reid signs off at the end of her final MSNBC broadcast following the cancellation of her show. A racist has left the building.
Shout out to our amazing readers, our audience. I just love running into y'all in the airport, on these streets, and on social media. I could not love or appreciate you more. Thank you for holding us down. Almost 5 years. We are a toddler, and we out in these streets, in this world, and we are not going to stop. That is tonight's readout. You can follow me on Blue Sky, Instagram, Threads, and on Substack at substack.
We are not going to find you. We are not going to find you, if you know what I mean.
It's at joyandreid.substack.com.
You know what is sad? That she has been fired. She was fired. And her final program, show, whatever, she was forced to wear this ugly as F sweater or jacket or whatever it is with the MSNBC logo really big. With the people who fire you, you have to, this is a humiliation ritual. And she had to, I would have told him, go F yourself. I'm not wearing that. I'm wearing whatever I want. What are you going to do? Fire me? You already fired me. Well, maybe if you don't wear the sweater, Joy, you don't get your severance. Where's the sweater? Give it to me right now. Give it to me right now. And wokeness. MSNBC host Rachel Maddow suggests that network is racist for firing Joy Reid. Oh my God, these people, that's all that they can say? They have no...
An even bigger programming change is at 7 p.m., 7 p.m. Eastern, where Joy Reid's show, The Readout, ended tonight. And Joy is not taking a different job in the network. She is leaving the network altogether. And
yeah, goodbye.
That is very, very, very hard to take. I am 51 years old. I have been gainfully employed since I was 12. And I have had so many different kinds of jobs, you wouldn't believe me if I told you. But in all...
No, we don't want you to tell us. Don't worry.
All of the jobs I have had in all of the years I have been alive, there is no colleague for whom I have had more affection and more respect than Joy Reid. I love everything about her. I have learned so much from her. I have so much more to learn from her. I do not want to lose her as a colleague here at MSNBC. And
why was she fired again? I don't understand. If she was so wonderful, this is strange. You are also a journalist, Rachel. You should do the research and tell us why was she fired if she was so awesome.
Personally, I think it is a bad mistake to let her walk out the door. It is not my call, and I understand that, but that's what I think. I will tell you, it is also unnerving to see that on a network where we've got two non-white hosts in primetime, both of our non-white hosts in primetime are losing their shows, as is Katie Fang on the weekend.
So you imply that MSNBC is racist? Oh my God. I'm pretty sure that I have no proof of what I'm about to say. I have no proof of what I'm about to say, but I have no doubts either. I think that Rachel Maddow and Joy Reid were stabbing each other's back all this time, and she is actually relieved.
And that feels worse than bad, no matter who replaces them. That feels indefensible, and I do not defend it.
All right, so you're saying that the chain or whatever that you work for, MSNBC, was racist for firing your the only two non-white hosts? That's what you're implying? I think you're going to get the call, Rachel. You're going to get the call, and when you get the call, you're not going to like it. But again, what do I know? Let me know what you think about this in the comments.